Is there any evidence that Bravo has that the house husband of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Ruelas, engaged in questionable business practices but chose to ignore them? It seems that they were aware of his capabilities from the beginning, but they did nothing about it. Who is the one who is leaking the beans, and how did this become public knowledge? Read on to learn everything there is to know about the drama surrounding Luis. Is there evidence that Ruelas engaged in unsavory business practices? In his own unique way, Ruelas has attempted to threaten the members of the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast, and has thrown almost all of them under the bus. As well as a private investigator who has assisted him, he has asserted that he has dirt on everyone. The situation has been scary in many different ways, and it seemed as though he had emptied Teresa Giudice of all of her financial resources. She has supported him on multiple occasions, despite the fact that he engages in behavior that is extremely offensive and perverse with regard to her 4 daughters. What finally broke the camel's back was his behavior in the season 14 finale, when he expressed his desire for Margaret Joseph's kid to suffer. At the alternate reunion, Teresa found out about this for the first time and defended him, despite the fact that Dolores Catania had informed her that it was inappropriate. The fans have shown their disapproval of Luis's heinous behavior and Teresa's support for him. It would appear that Bravo was aware of the fact that he was not a decent person from the beginning, but he did nothing about it. The fact that Luis desired for Margaret's son to suffer was unacceptable in and of itself. At the same time, she mentioned that he had communicated with her kid, which was something that Luis adamantly denied. She has evidence that he did, and Bravo was aware of this fact from the beginning, as stated by monsters and critics. After seeing how Ruelas attempted to get in touch with Margaret's son, Bravo decided to give her the opportunity to discuss the matter during the season 13 reunion. Currently, she has discussed it in much greater detail on the show 2 Teas in a Pod, which is hosted by Teddy Mellencamp and Tamra Judge. This question was posed by a viewer. In the beginning, Marge mentioned that her son is very private and does not want to have any interaction with Bravo. After then, she disclosed the following. Completed with Luis, the interview that Margaret Josephs conducted may or may not have clarified the situation once it was completed. One thing, however, is undeniably true, and that is the fact that fans of Rhobh loathe Ruelas. It goes without saying that some people do not care for Margaret either, but there are always fan favorites on the show. They believe that he is responsible for the destruction of the show and are not pleased with him in the slightest. In a nutshell, she is of the opinion that Bravo was aware of the fact that Luis's actions were inappropriate, and that he had the potential to do so all along. Because of this, she was able to talk without restriction. What about their return to the reworked show? Will they be welcomed back? It is not obvious. What are your thoughts on Margaret's assertions? Or do you think that she and Luis will continue to harbor resentment towards one another? The Real Housewives of New Jersey has never been short on drama, but this latest development involving Louis Ruelas could take the franchise into uncharted territory. Whispers are swirling that Bravo may be sitting on explosive receipts, tangible proof that Louis' business dealings aren't as squeaky clean as he claims. While no one from Bravo or Louis' camp has confirmed the rumors, the idea that the network has potentially damning information has sent the fandom into overdrive. A reputation under fire. Since stepping into that Rhobh spotlight as Teresa Giudice's boyfriend and later husband, Louis has been a polarizing figure. At first, his charm, soft-spoken demeanor, and spiritual retreat backstory had viewers curious. But as the seasons rolled on, questions about his past relationships, odd on-camera comments, and alleged behind-the-scenes manipulation began to pile up. By last season's reunion, tensions were at an all-time high. Several cast members accused Louis of meddling in their personal lives, spreading rumors, and using off-camera connections to dig up dirt. He dismissed it all as ridiculous, but Bravo fans know the network has a history of holding on to footage and documents until just the right moment. The rumor, receipts in the vault. The current theory gaining traction online, Bravo has been quietly collecting evidence about Louis' professional ventures and behind-the-scenes behavior, not for legal reasons, but because it could become a storyline grenade. Insiders claim that during the filming of the last season, producers received anonymous tips about a series of questionable financial deals tied to Louis' business ventures. One alleged tip-off even included screenshots of emails and text messages involving payments, contracts, and promises that never materialized. Whether it's just messy business or something more, the network is aware, a production source reportedly told a Bravo blogger. They're strategic. If they choose to air it, it'll be at a moment when it makes the biggest impact. Why Bravo would hold back? It wouldn't be the first time Bravo has kept the juiciest material under wraps until the perfect moment. The network thrives on suspense and knows that a well-timed revelation can make a season unforgettable. Sometimes it's about letting tensions build naturally on camera. Other times, it's about protecting the integrity of legal investigations, or at least avoiding any claims that the show is interfering. In Louis' case, producers may be treading carefully. He's not just a side character, he's married to one of the franchise's most iconic housewives. Any storyline involving him inevitably impacts Teresa's narrative, and Bravo knows that shaking her world too aggressively could create fallout both on screen and behind the scenes. Clues in the editing room. Eagle-eyed viewers have noticed subtle hints in recent episodes. In certain scenes, conversations about Louis' business dealings are cut off mid-sentence, or cast members are shown giving knowing looks before producers change the subject. Some fans believe these moments are intentional, a way to acknowledge there's more to the story without spilling it all at once. Others think it's Bravo's way of testing audience reaction before deciding how much to reveal. On social media, #LouisReceipts has started trending in fan circles, with Reddit threads dissecting every facial expression and offhand comment from the cast. The Teresa factor. Of course, any scandal involving Louis inevitably drags Teresa into the spotlight. The Rhobh has always been fiercely protective of her partners, and Louis is no exception. She's repeatedly defended him on and off the show, calling the accusations nonsense and insisting that people are just jealous of their love. But Teresa's unwavering loyalty could put her in a tough position if Bravo really does have proof of shady dealings. Would she stand by him at all costs, or would this be the one thing that shakes her trust? Fans are divided. Some believe Teresa would never turn her back on Louis, no matter what comes out. Others think her loyalty has limits, especially after her own painful history with legal trouble. Cast dynamics on high alert. Louis' alleged antics have already created divisions in the cast. Melissa and Joe Gorga, who have had their share of public blowouts with Teresa, haven't held back in expressing their skepticism about him. Danielle Cabral, Jennifer Aydin, and Margaret Josephs have also dropped their own cryptic hints about not trusting certain people in the group. If Bravo decides to air any evidence, the ripple effect could be massive. Friendships could implode, alliances could shift overnight, and Teresa could find herself more isolated than ever, or rallying a new army of defenders. The business of scandal. One thing's certain, Bravo knows controversy sells. The network has built a reputation for delivering just enough real-life drama to keep viewers hooked, while leaving them hungry for more. In Louis' case, the combination of mystery, money, and marital loyalty is reality TV gold. If the receipts really exist and they're as shocking as some insiders suggest, it could easily become one of the most watched seasons in Rhobh history. But there's also a risk. Crossing a line from reality TV drama into exposing someone's actual business dealings could raise legal and ethical questions. something Bravo has to weigh carefully. Louis' side of the story. For his part, Louis has denied every accusation that's been thrown his way. He's called himself a family man who wants nothing more than to build a future with Teresa and her daughters. In past interviews, he's accused the cast of trying to drag him down because he refuses to play their games. "I'm not here for the fame," he said in one season 13 confessional. "I'm here for my wife. The rest is noise." Whether that's the truth or just another carefully crafted soundbite remains to be seen. What happens next? With filming for the new season already underway, fans are watching closely for signs that the Louis drama is about to boil over. If Bravo really does have proof of shady dealings, the reveal could come during a mid-season bombshell episode, or be saved for a jaw-dropping reunion twist. Either way, the stage is set for another season of high-stakes drama in the Garden State. And if history has taught RHONG fans anything, it's that secrets don't stay buried for long. As one Bravo fan on Twitter put it, "If they've got the receipts, we'll see them. Maybe not now, maybe not next episode, but trust me, Bravo doesn't waste tea like that." Until then, Louis Ruelas remains one of the most talked about figures in RHONG history, and perhaps the most mysterious. Let us know in the comments below.